Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 22 of my favorite 31 rock and pop albums of the 70s countdown. We're doing it each and every day this month here in August 2023. 31 days in a month, our 31 favorite rock and pop albums. So again, just to kind of reiterate, I know I do this every day, but for those who may be watching this for the very, very first time, these are not the hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 70s, not the prog rock albums of the 70s, not the southern rock albums. We've already done all those countdowns, right? Not the jazz stuff or the fusion stuff. This is strictly those albums that just general rock and pop albums, right? And granted, some of these albums I may talk about may border on the hard rock, but I didn't think they were quite heavy enough to include in the hard rock and metal countdown of the 70s. So here we might see some of those little less heavy records, but some great pop albums and just general rock albums in this month. So for today, pick number 22, this is the seventh studio album by this English artist. It was released October 5th, 1973, recorded at Chateau de Hérouville Studios in France. Also a little bit of mixing and overdubbing done at Trident Studios in London, England. Produced by Gus Duggan for DGM Records. I'm talking about Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road from Sir Elton John. Sir Elton, that is correct. This follows up Don't Shoot Me, Only the Piano Player, which came out also in that same year. I mean, Elton and Bernie Taupin, his writing partner, were very, very prolific around this time. And this is, of course, a double album, long regarded as one of his greats, right? I consider it definitely one of his greats, featuring the lineup of Elton John, of course, on vocals, acoustic piano, Fender Rhodes electric piano, organ, all sorts of keyboards, David Henschel on ARP or ARP synthesizer, Davy Johnstone, acoustic and electric guitars, lots of also stringed instruments, Dee Murray, of course, bass guitar, backing vocals, Nigel Olsson, drums, percussion, backing vocals, Ray Cooper, a little bit of tambourine on this album. Of course, Ray Cooper found his way into so many albums back in this time period, right? Del Newman, orchestral arrangements, David Katz, orchestra contractor, Leroy Gomez, saxophone, Kiki D, backing vocals on one track, right? It's just a spirited affair here. Double album, all sorts of great stuff on here. Of course, it kicks off with the big epic kind of like two-part or two-in-one song. Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, right? It starts off with this big bombastic kind of like prog rocker, and then it turns into the hard rocker, Love Lies Bleeding. One of my favorite Elton John songs of all time. It's just, I think, Elton always does really well when he kicks ass, right? Just as well as when he does a great pop ditty. And this is a great, great song, or two-in-one song. Candle in the Wind, speaking of gorgeous pop songs, right? Candle in the Wind is just absolutely amazing, right? What a vocal harmony. The melodies on these songs are great. Bernie Taupin and Elton John together just worked lots of magic through the years. Benny and the Jets. I mean, look at side one. Funeral for a Friend, Live Lies Bleeding, Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets. Does Benny and the Jets make any sense at all? Not really, but who cares? It's just so memorable, staple of classic rock radio for decades, right? Over on side two, once again, going back to gorgeous, beautiful stuff. Title track, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Haunting. Man, those vocals so good. This song has no title. Of course it doesn't have a title, but it's still a really cool song. Gray Seal, the amazing Gray Seal. My vote for the underrated gem on this album. What a chorus on that. Then you got the fun Jamaica Jerk Off. I've seen this movie too, right? Great chorus on that. Side 2 is really strong as well. Side 3, Sweet Painted Lady. Another cool song, kind of throwback, kind of pop song. The Ballad of Danny Bailey, so good. Dirty Little Girl, good little rocker there. All the Girls Love Alice, another one of my favorite tracks on this album. All the Girls Love Alice. Just love that piano in that. It's got a good rhythm to the song, good groove, great vocal. Just such a killer song. Your Sister Can't Twist, but She Can Rock and Roll. Of course she can. Kicks off side 4. Then you got Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Another great rocker from Elton and another rock radio staple over the years. You got Roy Rogers, Social Disease, and Harmony finishing off side 4. All right. Some people, I've talked to many people about this album over the years, and, they say, well, there's some greatness on here, but a handful of kind of like filler. Yeah, that may be the case. But the great stuff is so great. And that's what's, all of side one, pretty much all of side two, pretty much all of side three. For me, I really like Roy Rogers' Social Disease and Harmony, but those aren't as fantastic as some of the other stuff that comes before. But, it's just, with as many songs as you got here, you're not going to blow it out of the park on each and every one, but there's no bad songs on the album, and there's some absolute classic great songs on here, so I definitely wanted to include this on my list because I really dig this album a lot. I like a lot of the Elton John albums from this time period, but can only choose one because I'm only picking one album by any artist or band. So let's look at the charts. Woo, we got a long one here. All right, Australia, number 1. Canada, number 1. The Danish charts, number 8. Finland, 26. Germany, 41. Italy, number 5, pretty good showing, Sal. Japan, number 22. New Zealand, number 9. Norway, number 5. Spain, number 8. Sweden, number 7. UK, number 1. US, number 1. With the reissue in 1994, New Zealand made it back up to number 36. In 2014, another reissue. Germany, 61. In Scotland, number 13. God, we very rarely see Scotland here separated from the UK, right? It's weird how it's number 13, and the UK album charts number 12. All right, certifications. Here we go. Strap yourselves in, folks. Australia, 10 times platinum, 500,000 units sold. It's a lot of albums for Australia. A lot. With the re-release, okay, it doesn't say which re-release, but one of them, 3 times platinum, 210,000 copies sold. Canada, double platinum, 200,000 copies sold. New Zealand, platinum, 15,000 copies sold. UK, the re-release, platinum, 300,000 copies sold. Oh, that's it. No, sorry. That's the 1973 release. So originally went platinum in the UK, 300,000 copies sold. With the 2014 reissue, double platinum, 600,000 units sold. And here in the US of A, as of the last certification, 8 times platinum, 8 million copies sold. Whew. It's a lot of albums, right? It's a lot of albums. Anything else here? How about the singles? All right, we always like to look at the singles if we can. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, released June 29th, 1973. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was released as a single. This here in the States. September 7th, 1973. Benny and the Jets, February 4th, 1974, and Candle in the Wind, February 22nd, 1974. So they were still releasing singles from this album almost a year after its release. That usually is a really good sign, right, that an album's got some staying power. So, yeah, that's my pick for today. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road, from Elton John. Let us know what you think of this classic down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 22. We'll be right back at you tomorrow with number 21. Will we see another Piano Man in this countdown? I'll never tell, but you never know. It's probably a good bet. It's probably a safe bet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your support there. Also do want to announce, I announced it on the community tab here on the YouTube channel, but I've also been approved for Cameo. So if you're someone or who would like me to record a video message for a birthday or a celebration or whatever the occasion might be, that's available. So you can find the link to that right here on our main page on YouTube. You'll see all the links for Facebook and all the various social media things. So that is available. Or just search Pete Pardo on Cameo, right? So that's available as well now too. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for pick number 21. Tune in tomorrow, of course, Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. Saturdays, the UK Connection. Simon, Stephen, and myself will be talking about our favorite and least favorite Motorhead albums. And then Sunday is Ranking the Albums Day. We've got George Lemay and myself will be ranking the catalog of Animals as Leaders, the great instrumental fusion, prog metal, prog, gent power trio, right? So very, very cool catalog. Great band. If you love just virtuoso instrumental music, you can't go wrong with Animals as Leaders. So it's going to be very hard to rank this catalog, but we're going to do it. So tune in on Sunday for all that and more. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.